Hey everyone, it's Quick Kitchen Test Matthew. We're going to do I'm going to call this an Asian slaw dog. I was sort of wanting a slaw dog, but then I don't know, my mind goes crazy when I start thinking up stuff I want to eat. So I've concocted up a little sauce here. I've got the recipe written down and made a little sauce. So this is going to be more of a hot slaw. I've got some onions here. We're going to go ahead and start throwing the onions on this grill here. And I've got a little bit of bell pepper. I got me some cabbage here. And I got me some portobello mushrooms, baby bello mushrooms here. So we're going to put all this on this little flat top. Oh yeah, I've got my little piece of Kaneka sausage. I went ahead and cut it. That way it cooks a little quicker. And maybe I can put some of this stuff inside it. I'm not sure. I saw this came to me. I was wanting to go to Taco Bell, and I was like, I've got some of these buns left from this last video I did. Some of these buns, I was like, you know, I really would like to have a Kaneka dog, and I started thinking all different things. I've already did one with the pimento cheese. I've got some. I need to make a pimento cheese video because I've got the pimentos and I've got cheese to make it with. But I've settled on this when all this stuff was going in my mind. I was like, I really want a Kaneka dog. And then I started thinking mushrooms would be good on one, and the slaw came. But this is what it ended up going on when I went through my mind and went to the store. We're going to put a little salt in here. I'm going to put a little cayenne pepper. Use black pepper if you want. I couldn't find the black pepper, so cayenne works for me. Funny, put that on the salt, pepper to taste. So I've got a little sauce here I've concocted up. I did something at work the other day they had ketchup and soy sauce in it and some other stuff, some apple juice and stuff. It tasted really good. So like my mind, when I taste something different, my mind goes places. I get creative. I was going to use ketchup, but I was like, you know what? This little sauce, I went ahead and replaced the ketchup with sriracha. There wasn't no mayonnaise in that recipe, but I was like, the mayonnaise sort of binds it together. So I've got all this stuff. It's going to actually end up turning into like sort of a hot slaw. I wish I'd got some fresh ginger. That's the only thing that I regretted not getting. Because actually I wasn't even sure what I was going to do 100% with this. I got the small little cabbage, so it was like I used a quarter of a small head of cabbage. The rabbits, just let the rabbits eat some of it just a second ago. I'm fixing to feed them the rest of these little scraps probably. Well, I'll show you what we got going on over here. It's going to be a simple little quick video, and hopefully it turns out as good as it was. My mouth's watering right now thinking about it. I'm just hungry. I hadn't had nothing since breakfast this morning. So yeah, we're just going to get this stuff all sauteed up. Normally I'd put a little garlic or something in this, but I think with all this stuff I got that sauce, it's not going to need too much of the little salt and pepper on this right here, because I got, like I said, the sauce is going to go with it. It's like a sort of Asian slaw sauce, so to speak, sort of going with it. I didn't make much slaw sauce. I probably should double the recipe. You can always double the recipe that I've made here. But we'll go ahead and get this bun heated up here. This ain't gonna take that long to cook. Go ahead and flip this over. I'm not gonna leave that bun on. I got it sort of in the cooler spot, but I'll go ahead and flip it over a little bit. I remember last video I burnt one up on us. We'll go ahead and get us a plate here. I just know it's going to be good. You hear my little duck, got a few ducks just hatched off. That's the last, or maybe there's another one in there. Alright, so I got my bun warmed. My Conecuh sausage is where it needs to be. Alright, so now we're just sort of waiting on this, which this is almost done. Probably another 30 seconds. Gonna cut it off. Move it off out so it don't keep cooking. This is done. So we're gonna bring us some of this stuff over here. This recipe right here should make quite a few little dogs. Now I don't know about the slaw. You might have bumped this sauce up. You might have doubled the recipe if you're trying to feed more than 2 people. I probably could have cut back on that vegetables. This may feed 4 people. I know the vegetables will. Yeah, that's going to be close. Show y'all what we're looking like. Little Asian slaw dog. You can toss that stuff around in there if you want to. You can just toss that stuff in the slaw. But I'm gonna. It's just me eating today, so I can just microwave that stuff later and then toss the stuff in there. It may break if you try to heat the sauce up. So I'm gonna give it a little try, and I'm fixing to give y'all a recipe. That was something really simple and quick you can do on a weeknight. You know, when you just want something different, but you ain't want to go out to eat and you ain't want to spend a lot of time prepping. This didn't take long to prep at all. Oh yeah. That's good. You can add a little honey to that if you want to sweeten it up a little bit. I figured the teriyaki had enough. It has sugar in it. All teriyaki is soy sauce and sugar, a little ginger and stuff. So I'm gonna give you the recipe for the sauce. The sauce is 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of teriyaki, 1 tablespoon of sriracha, half a teaspoon of ground ginger. I did say tablespoons, I hope. I'm going to repeat that. 1/4 cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of teriyaki, 1 tablespoon of sriracha, but the ginger was a half a teaspoon. And then for the vegetables, it was I did about 1/4 of a bell pepper, half of one of them small onions, 3 of these little baby bellas. They was probably about that size. It wouldn't hurt to have a few more in there probably. Small amount of cabbage. You see how small this cabbage head was. I just used about 1/4 of a thing of cabbage. Conecuh sausage, salt, pepper to taste. That was it. Asian slaw dog. Asian Conecuh slaw dog. We'll just call it Asian slaw dog. Anyways, until next time, y'all have a blessed week.